All right, good morning. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, and I apologize for it. It's been mostly technical stuff and then just being extremely busy. But it's Monday morning. Oh, we got 417. Not much going on in terms of the market really driving up. Let's actually start there, and then I'll come back to this ticker. And this is, I have to say, this is kind of how, I mean, I kind of gave this idea, which is once I saw this rejection here back in February, and then we came down to mid-March, and we had this bounce, I had this feeling we were just going to keep wedging out. And what I mean by that is we see a wedge, we break out a little bit, but then there's just more and more of these uptrends and downtrends that keep creating a larger and larger wedge. And no one's really giving up, but then also no one's really putting the pedal down. There's not too much. I mean, I guess the angle of attack still favors the upside here. Right? So, I don't. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because it boom, 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 boom. These little wicks, or this in case shadows. There's probably another one right here outside of it. So even if it does break. But, you know, we're coming to the top of the daily Keltner channel. See how like it has a moment where it just kind of grinds out, and then it'll maybe shoot up and then get snapped back down. And it's just kind of this replay, right? In the monthly, we're still just kind of at the bottom, right? Yeah, so here's the middle. You can see this dotted line right here, that dotted yellow line. We're still at the bottom of the Keltner channel in terms of monthly. And here's the well, bottom half, and here is the bottom. So no really big strong setups on the RSI here. We are seeing a good move here in terms of the monthly RSI starting to get some strength. Daily getting above, rising monthly, declining. This was a good setup for a strong move, right? So you see they have a nice little grind going on here. But then the monthly's rising, strengthening up. But then once it dips down below, once you get the larger time frame rising and the smaller time frame dropping, you usually can get a little bit of a snapback, and that's what we got here. So today would be positive if we got above this 413.50 and we just stayed there for the rest of the day. Let's see how we're setting up. It's 8:49 in the morning, so we should have, here's the 8 o'clock reset. And we got it here, so we might be seeing a nice setup. So I broke that. See that? Well, this should probably be coming off this one, but you can still see it. So broke out, came down, touched it. Now it's up in here. This is a solid setup going into the open here. A little bit over half an hour left. See how it goes. Anything else to make note of? Let's take a look at XBI. Looks strong at the open here. Let's take a look at the daily. Still got to deal with this anchored VWAP from this high. I mean, we're breaking out of these sharp downtrends that we had. I mean, that's pretty aggressive. RSI's holding up. So she broke it. I just not really sure why. Came into some support here, but not entirely. Maybe it was just too aggressive. It's probably what it was. I mean, you have a little bullish divergence, kind of almost double bottom bullish divergence. So what that means is share price is dropping, but the RSI is strengthening up. Setting in a potential higher low. Right? Because even this little dip back is higher than this one. So, yeah. I mean, there's some reasons, but it doesn't... I mean, the formation does not look good, right? I mean, this is one of those situations where you kind of have a double top, right? And that drop below here, it's coming back into this area of volume. This 81 area, or even just 80 in general, could be this anchored VWAP could be a spot, plus the top of the daily Keltner channel. I mean, she might have enough momentum to maybe shoot up above, but she has a good solid... I mean, this looks like it's a good spot for it to get rejected, too. So, there's some reasons why we're strong here and we're bouncing up, breaking out of these, but at the same time, it could just simply be a setup before they just hit the pressure again. All right, so let's go back to, I had Omer on there, Omeros. One of you guys reached out to me about this one because it's getting above our sell target 2. Does it have legs? It looks like it. I mean, that's a pretty decent formation. Now, obviously, it's not perfectly clean, but you get the idea of a cup and handle, right? So, comes down. Here's just kind of bases out. So there's your kind of your cup, and here's the handle. Again, I know it's not perfect, but when people give you those formations, it's a nice, easy, clean title to it, but you got to realize why it's looking like that. It's not just because someone painted a pretty picture, right? It came up, came down, based out, there's some accumulation at these prices. You kind of get a little bit of double bottom in this case, but you're accumulating, coming up, fighting through some of the resistance right here, right? Same at this level. Comes down a little bit, in this case actually a decent amount, but it's coming down, and then there's somebody else bidding up. So this price, there's people accumulating, bring it up. The selling is not as aggressive to bring it back down, and then as it comes down, it gets bid up again, and now we're coming above. So this is you get the handle, and this is where once you break above this high, you start to see an acceleration. Now, looking further back, we do have a lot of volume here, but not really, though, when we think about it. Look, well, that was during a sell-off, right? So look, yeah, actually, I stand corrected. So this was just kind of holding its formation. It was distribution right here, but the volume was anemic. You could see that the anchored volume at this price, so really right, yeah, 650, 660, this area, there's a little bit of a volume shelf here, but honestly, once it gets above, what, 750, 770, yeah, almost 775, basically $8, you're going to probably see it quickly move to sell target 3. The other thing I noticed was what? Oh, the RSI. Nice long-standing RSI grind up here. And now we're seeing a little inflection here, which is good because we're getting a higher look at the dotted line. That's the monthly RSI, right? So here it is, getting a higher low, even higher low. And every time we start to see that to come up, the daily dips below it, we get a snap up, right? Comes on down, daily starts to rise, right? Here's the monthly dipping down, and then we start to snap up a little bit. This, I think, was on news, but again, monthly's coming up, it dips down below, snaps up. So there's some strength here. The good thing is I think, I mean, if you've taken some profit already, you could hold on to sell target 3. think the fundamental story is still like a wait and see. So maybe, I mean, if you haven't booked any profits, I mean, I personally, I would definitely be looking to book some, because if you're lucky to, I mean, look, I mean, you're down here at 170s. Well, I mean, this is just stupid at this point. $6 going one, you know, near, or say you got around $2 and it's $6 now. This is what Bio Boom's all about, right? You take these, you see these opportunities when the market loves to go to extremes with these smaller tickers, right? They want to grind it down till it's absolute dirt cheap. They grab some of it, right? And they're doing kind of what we want to do, which is you grab some of it, you make some profit. That way, the thing could go absolutely to just zero, bankrupt, useless junk. But no matter what, you walked away with your original investments out, plus a few extra dollars thrown in there. Now, on the other side, right? On the other side, it could go forever, right? Go all the way up, complete rebound, turnaround, and it's, you know, some sort of speculative buyout because, you know, even at these prices, Omer could be probably undervalued, you know. I haven't taken a look at their fundamental valuation recently, but there's a lot of tickers that have done that, where it's been completely obliterated in terms of valuation, oversold for extended period of time, technically, and then it just goes on a rip. Great example would be NK before it became IBRX. IBRX is probably going to be doing the same thing. It's an absurd valuation, but they want it that way. Not many people look at it, right? They bring it down, they grind it out. They want all the retail to be like, oh no, it's a bad ticker. And okay, if it's a bad ticker, who's buying it up? Right? Now it's either other stupid retail that might be believing it might turn around, or it's somebody else who knows what's going on, who's throwing that algo that's honestly always the bid's just crushing the ask. Or sorry, the ask is always just crushing the bid. And they just walk it down because nobody wants to bid up against that, right? They just don't want to keep buying into the selling pressure. Nobody wants to do that. Everybody wants to get everything cheaper. So if you're a smart retailer, you're getting out of the way. And you're just waiting for them to bring it down, and they're happy to bring it down too. So you just gotta be patient. That same thing happened here with Omer. This got to absolute ridiculous valuation, and this is what they wanted. And they wanted everybody to feel like it's all over, and throw their shares on the way out. Leave the door, and Omer's a terrible ticker. It's a horrendous ticker, and then look. It's a horrendous ticker that's gone several 100% in the opposite direction from the lows. Now, they're hoping that all these people, there might be some people who haven't averaged down, who bought, went all in at, $7. These guys, we had $16. There's not much there, but point being is they're waiting for you guys over here to give it up, bring it back down. They'll accumulate even more. It's just how it works. All right, I went on my rant already. It's been a while. Anybody moving big pre-market? I haven't even checked the news. DTIO. Agen, we got to keep an eye on... Who was the other one we need to keep an eye on? Keep an eye on ESBR. Gotta wait for... I mean, I've been adding to it, but I haven't got aggressive yet. Because... honestly, I don't know what they're going to do about their legal case against Daiichi. I made a note a while ago, which was in the chat, which is notice that day, there was about 4 or 5 other companies, big companies that were canceling partnerships in some way. Either just canceling programs, they're just, we're leaving the partnership, blah, blah, blah. Despite those programs actually showing some progress and promise, too. They still looked like they were going to be making it through the approval process. In this case, I don't think there's anything that's stopping these guys from getting approved. I mean, there might be an AdCom where some people say there might not be a clear difference. what they want to see or what they're hoping to see, but there's really no benchmark that's going to say that what they did is not good enough. The big thing with Esperion and the clear outcome studies is that, oh no, there's not a massive gargantuan difference between them and placebo. The placebo was they were allowing people to stay on other therapies in placebo. There was a mix. So it's like there's not a gargantuan difference. You just need to show that there's a difference. Right? I mean, if it's better than what's already allowed, I mean, come on. They were having those people have those crossovers. I mean, come on. Jeez. Anyway, I'll stop with that one. I'm already getting all riled up. Anybody else? Agen, we gotta keep an eye here. Is it basing out? Oh no, she popped up a little bit there. I didn't realize she got down that low. Actually, never mind. I knew she was like around 120, I think. Yeah, there's the grind. She might be out there. Yeah, it's probably cleaner too. You can see it double tap, and I think there might be something in here. But came out, retested it. So keep an eye on Agen if you're looking at it. Still got a lot of promise. Where are you at, buddy? Seems like my computer's running a little slow. Interesting. She's showing some strength. It's a nice move. She looks like she's ready to go. This could be a nice spot for a cup and handle. Spacing out, comes back down to here, just on top of here, around what, $4, $3.74, and then comes right back up and blasts up to above $5. This is obviously going to be an issue. This $5 is going to be. So, I mean, $5.55. She's going to need some fundamental storyline to drive her up, but keep an eye there. SRPT, if you haven't got in, yeah, see how she's still on this. This is still here, even though she dropped below. And then look, even this morning, a little dip below it, but she's still holding them. She's still holding above it. I gotta get on AUPH. I just got there's so many great tickers out there right now that I'm trying to decipher through it. Oh, SDGR, Schrodinger. Keep an eye on this one too. Right below or buy threshold, I think I saw. But you can see that she's kind of pulling the ADMA move, which is she came down, she just slightly grinds out and just kind of she's gonna follow this, and this is a flat. They really don't have anything else to keep this down. Their sales are growing. Their base business is still solid, and then their pipeline candidates actually have shown a lot of promise, and so they're gonna do the ADMA move, which is they know this thing is good. They're just gonna slowly. I mean, they're not gonna create a lot of hype. Just slowly accumulate, keep it off people's radar, keep the momentum scanners down. If they want it, they'll keep it down. And this is what I mean by ADMA. Ready? So ADMA. Once it finally broke. This is obscure. But see how like it's just this really. I mean, it's moving up, and she had some spikes in there, but for when it was down at $1, I mean, we made out. This was beautiful, and then just grind right up. Broke out, retested, and just grind. And then finally hits the sell targets. Good spot for us to book profit, which was nice. CKPT finally coming up out of the bottom yet? No. But she's out of this downtrend, which looks like she actually acquired another one. So that would be coming down kind of like at this angle. Yeah, so she's probably right on it. Might be peeking out today. But notice we have some volume. That's crazy volume. Yeah. Gotta wait a little bit because you have to wait for. Before you get serious, because you have to wait for the monthly to bottom out. But this is them grinding it. See how low? Like everybody's like, oh, that's a crappy ticker. It's like, what who's selling? This is them putting a big monster amount of shares up for sale, and the bidders being like, I don't want to, buy into that. That's and then it's just drop it. And then the buyers are just, okay. And that's what happens. Just nothing. All right, we're getting close to some fundamental, like this is when they start setting it up. So this is when you're watching a ticker. You just, like, look at this. Nothing's going on for almost a year. January to January. We finally start to see, look at this. January, almost a year of essentially nothing going on. Now we're finally getting close to the FDA making a decision. Oh, get a little more action. Oh, big. I mean, look at that. I mean, it dropped, but come on. Keep in mind, look at this. 13 days ago, still maintains a buy, but has to lower the price target to $22. It's at $2. All right, I'm gonna end it here, I think. Let's just take a look at bioreactor, see if anybody's moving. Not really. I'm still buying. The world's coming to an end if CVS is not a solid company to invest in. Man, she is. I mean, I sold a little bit, but man, am I ready to, like. This is getting. We're getting AbbVie level here. Lilly and AbbVie. Even Lilly and AbbVie never got to this spot. Oh yeah, what's the Amgen doing? Gotta watch there. MDT still hanging around this 80 spot here. Still buying. Just gotta wait for this 200. I'll nibble at it. I'm just waiting for this 200-day to EMA to break. You can see how, even though it's not really touching it, you can see how that This weight is just right on top of it. They haven't let it get above it. I mean, look. See how it's just right here? Just grind. Or is that an anchored VWAP? No, it's the 200-day EMA. Oh, the anchored VWAP's up here. So she's still got a lot of pressure on top of her. OGN. They're trading her, that's for sure. There's volume going on here. I might buy some OGN today. Pfizer. You know, I wrote this in that Pfizer article, like it was about a month ago, which is, you know, these guys have a mountain of cash that whenever something starts to dry up right now, they've got all the money from two of the most best-selling products in the last couple years, right? And that's in addition to the rest of their portfolio, right? Their core business. But they have all that. They have so much cash. So much cash. Whenever something starts to dry up, they will just buy it. They will buy growth. Which is a viable strategy, right? I mean, you know, it might seem cheap, you know, or a sleazy way of doing something, but these guys have some decent R&D. I mean, it is Pfizer, but geez, if you have the money, wouldn't you just want to be like a last, you know, I hate to say it, kind of like a mob mentality, which not, well, I shouldn't say mob mentality, but organized crime idea, which is I'm coming in, I'm going to be in your investment, and I'm going to make sure this gets through the FDA, and we'll make sure that it'll be successful on the market. That's all they need to do. They're coming in, they're buying up whoever's like right on the, you know, just announced awesome phase 3 data that in a drug that works in like several different indications, going to be best in class. They have a decent pipeline. We'll come in, we'll buy you at a premium, and we're going to make sure that this gets through the FDA. Trust me, it'll get through. And trust me, it'll get all the eyes on it. It'll be going to the right places. Trust me, the doctors will be writing scripts for this. Trust me, type of situation. And they do it. And they're going to take, you know, they're going to pay out now, but they're going to take all those gains for the next 5 years to a decade or whatever. That's what these companies do now. Instead of R&D in the lab, they're doing R&D on basically opposition research, scouting on other drugs that are in the pipeline from all these smaller companies. They've got their guys in there working, you know, letting us know what's going on in those clinical trials that are double blind and all that. They don't, you know, they're in there. All right, this is going to be probably too late for pre-market, but I apologize. Still, I really think ISRG should have kind of a double bottom cup and handle here. If she can get above this, I'll gosh, this was such a no-brainer. But I'll look to sell probably at sell 2. I don't want to unload anymore at sell 1. I did take a huge chunk at Regeneron, and I don't feel sorry about it at all. I think we can definitely go much higher. I mean, this angle of attack here probably is still really strong. Right, so you got this still. That's still in play. It's just enough money for me to basically be prepared for another sell-off. And if there's not a sharp sell-off, I'll just compound it. I'll do what I like to do, which is take money from this and I'll dump it in, the guys to ensure that the healthcare world keeps going around. Pfizer, Johnson and Johnson, MDTs. And look at this. Breakout, finds this, hits it, see ya. All video game. All right, I hope this was at least helpful. I will do much better. I am going to tomorrow. I'll have another one tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This whole week I'll be strong with the videos. Okay. I got a couple more articles coming out soon. Watch list today is probably gonna be mostly healthy dividend stuff, and then throw like a few other guys in there. I have a long list of other tickers that I need to take a look at. Way behind on that. I apologize. Yeah, so I'll put those additional tickers in the chat in a minute here. Good luck and stay healthy.